Wagwan guys, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. I cannot complain myself. So Cardi B is in the news again. I believe she was spotted with Offset, or at least Offset tweeted out a picture saying that he took that picture when publicly they're supposed to be split. They also were going back and forth on Twitter, X. She was talking about how he needs to sign the papers, I believe referring to divorce papers, because that was an issue or a point that was made previously that they were getting a divorce and they needed to sign the papers. I seen one clip of Cardi twerking in the club and Offset was pretty close in range by her. Another clip showed them throwing money back and forth to each other. So it seemed like it was a little bit of play in there, if you can say so. It wasn't very serious, if you want to put it that way, right? But one thing I will say is, obviously these are two famous people. They may frequent the same establishments. Who knows if one's getting paid to be there versus that is just the popping place or scene to be at if you're in town, or if you're a local celebrity who's in town that week. Other than that, they would have to almost be okay with seeing each other because they share a child. They are going to have to co-parent. That was not what I wanted to make this video completely about, but I thought it was an interesting point because I did kind of see that take place. But Cardi B did drop a video and she was basically describing in the video, which I will play for you right now, that you can draw your own conclusion from.
They don't have nothing. They have to tolerate everything. Like these bitches, like if a nigga do some fuck shit, and the next day the bitch is gonna answer the phone. You do some fuck shit to me, I'm putting you on fucking yellow, nigga. You on this. This where you at. This where you at if you fuck up. On ice, nigga. And I feel like niggas don't take that. Like I said, I know a guy that he literally rich motherfucker. And he literally told me to my face, I'd rather deal with 7 and 8 than a 10. They literally told me that shit in my face because they just like one little thing and they're off. Like one little thing is like they just don't feel like they gotta compete. They gotta feel like they're already picking. And it's crazy that this is how men are feeling. It's crazy how that's how men are thinking nowadays. Like it's like, nah, like these 10s are not trying to compete. They're just trying to get picked. Like the 7 and 8s, they're gonna do what you say. And it's crazy, like.
So first things first, I'll agree with the first thing she said, starting off how women who depend on their men, paraphrasing, basically have to do anything that the man wants them to do, cook, clean, etc., etc. And sometimes you just end up as a punching bag. And I try not to feel sorry for people who can do for themselves, but it's sad because in a lot of situations that I've seen, you would see a woman get beaten and battered, and not until then will this woman have to make the decision where like she can no longer live with this man because her health and her life is almost at stake. She's become a punching bag to this guy. And many of the times the women like lack education, probably dropped out of school somewhere, and really never had any type of career, so it's hard for them to take care of themselves. And you even have that situation, even if, you know, the husband, you know, is doing well, and just out of nowhere he passes. Maybe there's no insurance, or the woman is just not very good with money. That's still going to be an issue somewhere along there, but I don't want to spend too much time on that. Moving over to her talking about her story, that basically the guy says, you've seen the video, that he'll choose women like less attractive, and he won't go for 10s because, you know, they just want too much demanding and all this other things. I'm going to say, yeah, guys will do that, but I'm seeing more of a pushback with that, because it's now starting to be reiterated, and it's just being a pushback that guys are raising their standards. So I will agree to that to a certain extent. And then I'll say too, like, you know, just depending on looks and the Fibonacci system and all these things that come into play, women's, or just beauty in general, is very subjective, and it's like on a personal basis. So what someone, you know, another man trash is another man's treasure. I don't want to sound so cliche, but you have to kind of be careful now, because you may be a certain shape, color, size, etc., and then you may not be deemed attractive just because of that. So I'll watch on little bitty things like that. And another thing, really quickly, it's just an example for myself. I've been complimented by different individuals, and someone who seemingly would have find me attractive, their eye still differs from mine, meaning this person finds me attractive, but someone else who I may find attractive, they probably will not deem as high as I do on this scale that Cardi B referred to. So that's one point. I mean, if you can kind of draw a conclusion from that, I hope you guys understand me on that. But that's just going to show you that beauty is subjective. So, but yeah, I'm still going to agree with her. You know, some guys, they'll do that. And she even said that this guy was rich. So that was very telling, right? Normally you would say, hey, you know, that's a behavior that you really wouldn't want to, you know, engage in. But it's interesting because she said this guy was rich. So obviously he's doing something right. But lastly, she tweets out, right? She tweets this out. If I can find the tweet. And basically she was talking about, like, referring to herself as a 10. She says, pretty face, pretty frame, little feet, smell good, rich, street smart, and God-fearing woman. And she says she can upgrade a man. And she basically called herself a perfect 10. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and agree, and I'm going to say she is, because she's built herself to a zenith, to a peak, to a summit in her music career. And then she's not a bad looking lady. And I do want to say this, like, you know, sometimes I don't want to call it being picky, but sometimes, like, a woman does not have to be a 10 in every outfit that she puts on. I just want to let people know that it's okay to not, and the person's still going to be a 10, but I'm just saying every outfit does not have to be like a knockout the park outfit. That's all I'm saying. But I will say that, yeah, Cardi B's a 10 with the catalog and everything that she's put together. I will definitely say she's a 10. I will not give her that rating. I think she's earned that rating. And yeah, guys, that's it. Like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and do me a favor, guys. Y'all have a good one. Peace.